today we're going to figure out why Kw is equal to 1 times 10 to the minus 14 moles squared. Alright, we have to start with our equilibrium constant. If AA plus BB makes CC plus DD, then Kc is equal to the concentration of C raised to the number of moles of C multiplied by the concentration of D multiplied by the moles of D divided by the concentration of A to the power of the number of moles of A multiplied by the concentration of B to the power B. Right. So from here, we know that, this is actually a reversible reaction. Right. So from this equation and the answer, if we have one that's greater than 1, we know that the reaction is shifting to the right. But if it's significantly less than 1, or below 1 rather, we are shifting to the left. All right. So we then get Ka, which is our equilibrium constant for acids, right? So if we say our acid, say nitric acid, dissociates, especially in water, it gives us our proton and our anion, which is the nitrate ion. We know that Ka is equal to the concentration of H plus times the concentration of NO3 minus over concentration of the acid itself. Right. So we know that nitric acid, like any inorganic acid, is a strong acid. So this equation largely shifts to the right than to the left, exposing our proton there for it to be an effective acid. Now with water, if we're using the same equation for the dissociation of an acid, you'd find, right, dissociates ever so slightly to make our acid, and we call this our conjugate base. All right. So if we are doing our Ka expression, we'd say Ka is equal to the concentration of H plus times the concentration of OH minus, right, over the concentration of water. But we know that water doesn't have, like, we don't consider water in regards to concentrations. So we essentially just take it out. But if we remove water out, we can't exactly call it an acid type of situation. So we call it just the dissociation of water, which is the concentration of H plus multiplied by the concentration of hydroxide. Now we know that the moles, number of moles of H plus and OH minus is the same. There's the same number of moles there and there. So essentially, concentration of OH minus is equal to concentration of H plus there, right? So essentially, we can say Kw is equal to the concentration of H plus squared. And then we know the concentration of H in water is 7. The pH is 7. So we say the concentration of H is 1 times 10 to the minus 7, because if pH is equal to the minus log of the concentration of H plus, we know that the concentration of H plus is equal to 10 to the minus p, so the value of pH there, right? So we put the pH, so if pH is equal to 7, concentration of H plus is equal to 10 to the power minus 7. So that's how we get that. So if our Kw is equal to the square root of that, we know that Kw is equal to 10 to the power minus 7 squared. And we know from rules of rules of indices, we multiply minus 7 by 2, and we know that Kw is equal to 1 times 10 to the minus 14. Because we're multiplying there, we say mole squared dm cubed to the minus 6. And that's how you do it.